There are seven townhouse communities which are there around Mudon, specifically Mudon Al Ranim. And since I've been working in this area for a very long time, every single day I need to be updated with these facts and figures. And I have an Excel sheet right in front of me, which I'm showing you guys. So you guys are also aware about what the market is around Mudon Al Ranim. And specifically, if I had to say, I have compared Damac Hills, Damac Lagoons, you have Ranches too, you have Town Square, you have Tilal Al Ghaf, Mira Oasis, and also Serena. So the factors that I've taken into, are making you guys understand what's the main difference between these communities is the developer, the price, the rent, price per square feet, handover year, and also the supply. What I'll be speaking about is the lifestyle for those people who are potentially looking to move into these houses, because even the end users want the homeowners, want that lifestyle to be known and what they're getting, and see what the price, what the value for money is in these communities, right? So quick intro. If you're new around here, I am Dhruv Bindrani from Properties on Real Estate. I specialize in Mudon Al Ranim, and it's been a very long time since I've been working over here. We've rented out houses, we've sold houses, and it's been a great community. The market is great. So if you are an owner or someone who wants to buy or live in these townhouses, just contact me below. But let's get into the video, right? So starting with Damac Hills, you obviously know the developer is Damac. The prices wise, you're looking at a three-bedroom townhouse starting at 2.8 million to 3.8 million dirhams. Then you have four-bedroom townhouses at 4 million to 4.8 million dirhams. Now, you also have to factor in the fact that I've taken the houses that are the most similar to Mudon Al Ranim. In Mudon Al Ranim, not many people have done these upgrades where you can sell the houses for comparatively a lot more. I know a couple of houses who are selling at above 7 to 8 million dirhams because they have upgraded the house. They have a huge plot size, right? But we are not taking those into account. We're taking those into account which are the most comparable. So similar types of units are going at 4 million to 4.8 in Damac Hills. Coming to Mudon Al Ranim, I'll be explaining the prices later on as well, because you'll be able to understand what the comparison sits at. We're looking at a rent of 160 to 190,000 for a three-bedroom townhouse. For a four-bedroom will be 190 to 250,000. Upwards go for, above 250,000 will be those who are upgraded fully, have different variations in the particular townhouse, right? The price per square feet comes at around 1,500 dirhams, and handover year for many of these townhouses was between 2016 to 2018. Now, personally, I think what we say the lifestyle of the Damac Hills is pretty good, but what you are basically doing is sacrificing on the what we say the newness, if that is a word, if I'm correct, the new feel of the house, right? Obviously, one quote that I go by is newer is always better. So these houses are comparatively old, meaning the layouts are comparatively older as well. The designing is comparatively old, sitting at a pretty similar price of Mudon Al Ranim. I would say you're potentially, going down on that fact that you're skipping out on the fact that these houses have been handed over comparatively earlier to what Mudon Al Ranim is. Right? Supply wise, you're looking at 1,500 units. This is what I've gathered through the Byland department, going to each and every project of those and seeing how many units are there in each and every particular townhouse cluster. Right? What I've done something extra is to see, if you're an investor, you would obviously want to see that how many listings are there in that area, because it depends. If you're adding one to, let's say, 700 to 800 listings, it does not make sense. I'm specifically speaking of sale or rent. Imagine there are 700 to 800 units up for rent or sale. That does not realistically sit right in the head, because you're just adding one unit to those, and it does not really factor in that, will you be able to rent this faster, will you be able to sell this faster. So listings wise on Damac Hills, as of what I have recently searched, there are 245 units up for sale and 576 units up for rent, which is an important factor. We'll see all the sale and rent listings for each and every community, so that we can analyze which one is better as an investor. Obviously, these are more for investors. If you're a homeowner who's moving into the house, then it does not really matter, other than the fact that will the price remain stagnant or not. That's it for Damac Hills. The lifestyle is there. You have schools within the community, you have amenities within the community. It's obviously a golf course community. You have a Malibu beach in the middle. You have various kinds of amenities like the pool in every cluster. You have gym. You have the community center where you can enjoy your what we say daily needs, your supermarkets, and all of that. That is obviously there. And Damac Hills is the closest community to Modon, so it's pretty much on the same parcel of land. So it's very comparable. Next up, we are comparing Damac Lagoons. Now, Damac Lagoons, again, Damac, it's just next to Damac Hills, so it's pretty close to Mudon Al Ranim as well. We're looking at a price for a 3 bedroom townhouse at 2.4 to 2.8 million dirhams, and the 4 bedroom townhouses will be from 2.9 to 3.3 million dirhams. Right now, one of the before going to the rent and price per square feet, I want to speak about the supply. As you can see on your screen, I will have put up 7,959 units are there in the whole community, which is pretty insane because it's a huge community first of all, but it's just that it's a point to flag because you're not just competing with 100, 200, or 15 to 2000, 1500 to 2000 units. You're comparing with 8000 units, and this is only and only of townhouses. I've not even considered the villas because those prices are obviously higher. So it's a very valid point to think about because obviously that is massive. When that much supply is hitting the market on handover, you have to obviously think about what is going to happen to your townhouse. Lifestyle wise, it's going to be pretty great. You have schools coming in the community, you have a mall coming into the community, if I'm not wrong, according to Damac. You have commercial spaces as well, if I'm not wrong, in the community that are coming up. Then the Mediterranean vibes will be the more upward lifting factor for Damac Lagoons. But obviously, are you living in it or are you investing in it? Right? Let's just speak about the price and sorry, the rent and price per square feet. The rent for a 3 bedroom townhouse is looking at 130 to 140,000. The 4 bedroom townhouses is 150 to 160,000. Comparatively, very less in what the market is today. But when you're looking at the price as well as the sizes of these, I'll just say this because it's not mentioned on the screen. The sizes of these 3 bedroom townhouses is comparatively smaller to what the market is offering, to what the normal market average is, right? And even the size for a 4 bedroom townhouse, imagine this: you're in a 4 bedroom townhouse of Damac Lagoons, but it's a similar size to a 3 bedroom townhouse in Mudon Al Ranim. So it's comparatively, you can see where they've tried to fit in that 1 bedroom. Nothing against the layout. There are people who prefer these layouts. There are people who don't want a maid's room within their houses. So obviously, for those who's renting it out for a year, it does not really matter much. But when you're living in it, you obviously have to take that factor into account, that there are less houses that have maid's room, like the 4 bedroom townhouses, which are there in the middle of the cluster, right? Looking at the price per square feet, it's 1500 to 1800 dirhams, depending on the location. The amenities are quite nice of Damac Lagoons, the lifestyle. You have lagoons, you have many amenities that are there compared to what Damac Hills does, right? So that is one of the reasons why, if you have something closer to the amenities, obviously it's going to be at a higher price per square feet, right? The handover year is from this year, which is 2026, going upwards next year, next year. So you have many houses that are being handed over in Damac Lagoons. That is when the supply will be hitting, hence why the 8,000 units of townhouses coming in the market. Coming to the listings, sale wise, you have 800 units that are there up for sale, which is a wide variety of houses to choose from, obviously taking into factor there are different clusters and all of that. But I personally think, um, it's a lot of units. And for rent, there's only 2 to 3 clusters which are ready, which have approximately, if I'm not wrong, around 700 units. And there are 370 units which are up for rent, right? I'm not sure about how many units are there exactly in the clusters that have been handed over, but 370 units is still comparatively a lot when we look at the market, right? Okay, and next up we have ranches too. Honestly, I'm not going to say much about this community because it's a very nice community. I'm not going to deny that it has low scarcity, only 559 units. The price per square feet is just above or just pretty much similar to Mudon Al Ranim. It carries that Emaar weight. Prices wise, it's sitting at exactly how Mudon Al Ranim sits at 3.2 to 3.8 million dirhams for a 3 bedroom townhouse, 4.3 to 5.3 million dirhams for a 4 bedroom townhouse, which is pretty similar to what Mudon Al Ranim is. Rent wise, 170 to 210,000 for the 3 bedroom. 4 bedroom townhouses, you're looking at 200 to 270,000, and the handover year was 2021. So what you're basically doing in this is the price appreciation wise, you're looking at it, it's better positioned, right? Now, how do I say this? Like, I would say that the price per square feet you're paying for a comparatively older community is not worth it. If that makes sense. Obviously, the Emaar brand carries weight, but that's pretty much it. It's the prices are stagnant. It's set the bar. It's Emaar, so nothing out of the box in general. Community wise, it's a great community. You have pools, you have gyms within the community as well, right? Town Square. Now, Town Square is a very huge community. You have a lot of things over there. So, lifestyle wise, it's comparatively amazing compared to any other community that is there over here. Personally, I feel because you have a huge park in the middle, which is beneficial for every single one. Now, Nshama is a developer. 3 bedroom townhouses are sitting at 2.6 to 3.2 million dirhams. 4 bedroom townhouses are 3.4 to 4 million dirhams. You have 3 bedroom townhouses renting at 145 to 165,000, 4 bedroom townhouses at 175 to 210,000. The price per square feet is similar to what Damac Hills is or Damac Lagoons is, which is 1400 to 1500 dirhams. And let's look at the handover year first before me saying anything, right? The oldest phase was handed over in 2017, making this one of the oldest townhouse communities that is there on this page, right? And the latest phase was 2025, if I'm not wrong, was the Maha townhouses, which was last year, Q3 of 2025. So you have no more supply that is coming there into Nshama Town Square, but it makes for a great comparable to Mudon Al Ranim. There are 3,798 units in Nshama Town Square. That is one of the most important factors. You're looking at half the amount of townhouses that is there in Damac Lagoons, and making the sale listings upwards of 180 units, which is 186 units for sale, and rent is 260. So absorption wise, market has absorbed these units quite well. Obviously, it's an older community, which means that the community is going to be absorbed quite well in terms of less sale and rent. So I would say the rental market is quite active within Nshama Town Square. Now, obviously, if budget is the primary concern for this particular, if you're buying something for yourself, then it's a great community. You have the retail, you have the amenities, you have everything within the community, right? No harm in the community, great community, but you're sacrificing on that prestige, you're sacrificing on that quality comparatively to other communities that are there, like Ranches 2, Tilal Al Ghaf, and also Mudon Al Ranim, because the finishes of these communities is quite great. Now, coming to Tilal Al Ghaf, Tilal Al Ghaf is obviously built by Majid Al Futim, and it's one of the most highest priced communities in today's day. You're looking at a price per square feet of 2,200 to 2,300. As I have mentioned in this Excel sheet, you'll be able to look at side by side the comparison of each and every community that I'm going along with. Amenities wise, great community. You have the feel of an absolutely amazing, prestige, and luxurious community, which I will not deny any day. You're looking at 3 bedroom townhouses starting at 3.4 million to 4 million dirhams, 4 bedroom townhouses at 4.2 to 5 million dirhams. 3 bedroom townhouses are renting at 180 to 230,000. 4 bedroom townhouses are renting at 220 to 300,000. Now you'll say that price wise it's sitting pretty similar to Mudon Al Ranim, but the price per square feet is higher. Why is that? Because the sizes of these houses are comparatively smaller to what Mudon Al Ranim offers. Um, these houses are absolutely beautiful. Yes, I won't deny that fact. But comparatively, the size takes a bit of a toll because obviously you're seeing the price per square feet being higher. And the handover year is comparatively fine. It was just last year, 2024 to 2025 has been the handover of these townhouses like Ilan, Aura, and one more other cluster, if I'm not wrong. Supply wise, pretty normal supply, 1,500 units in the whole of Tilal Al Ghaf, specifically for townhouses. You have villas and mansions as well within that community, so that obviously makes the prestige level quite higher to what other communities offers what other communities offer within what I've compared. And you're looking at sale listings at 128 units, and rent listings are at 600. I also want to speak a bit about Tilal Al Ghaf. Like, if you just think about it, Tilal Al Ghaf is comparatively, 35% higher than what communities that are there on this particular Excel sheet that I've showed you. So I just asked these customers, whoever is coming for Tilal Al Ghaf, I just asked them whether is the golden beach, is the lagoon really that important to you, and you're okay to pay 600 to 800,000 dirhams? If yes, then go ahead, because there are some people who just want that lifestyle buy compared to the size. So the lifestyle of Tilal Al Ghaf is right over here. The sizes wise, it's looking at a pretty mid level, is what I would say, if that is easy to understand. So if size is something you can sacrifice on, then life and lifestyle is something you want, then I would say happily go for Tilal Al Ghaf, because it's an amazing community, and if you can pay for it, go for it, right? Looking at Mira Oasis, comparatively older to what newer communities that are there over here. You're looking at 3 bedroom townhouses from 3 million to 4 million dirhams. 4 bedroom townhouses at 3.7 million to 4 million dirhams. This is for the sale. Then you're looking at the rents at 150 to 180,000 for the 3 bedroom townhouses. The 4 bedroom townhouses are 190 to 250,000. The price per square feet is one of the lowest in this sheet, right? It's 1,200 dirhams to 1,300 dirhams, and the handover year is obviously comparatively older, 2020, and the units are 1,400 units, which is pretty okay. Normal, what we say, normal supply. It's been absorbed by the market, comparatively fine. When you're looking at a range of 1,500 to 2,000 units, you can predict that these units are going to be absorbed by the market quite well. But when you're looking at upwards of 5,000 to 6,000 units, you obviously have to think more about the fact that will this community be occupied or not, because there are 8,000 units, which means 8,000 families that are looking to move in. Even if we take out people who are owners and want to move in, around 20 to 30%, because the price of these was for investors, you're looking at what, 5,000 to 6,000 units being absorbed by the market in the resale market or for renting, right? That is what I'm speaking about. Damac Lagoons is where I will still go back to the matter of fact that the supply is quite high in that community. Mira Oasis is again pretty stagnant, but community is where it takes a toll. Community wise, lifestyle wise, you don't have that similar kind of lifestyle that you have in Tilal Al Ghaf, what you have in Town Square, what you will get in Damac Hills, or what you will get in Mudon Al Ranim, right? That is where I believe Mira Oasis takes a bit of a toll. Other than that, price wise, pretty great, consistent price. It's held onto the market. So that's pretty much it for Mira Oasis. Sale listings, you're looking at 70 listings only, and for the sale you're looking at for the rent you're looking at 150. I'll also club this together with Serena. It's again a Dubai properties, which is similar to Mudon Al Ranim. Both are Dubai properties. You have the 3 bedroom townhouses only in this. You have 2 bedroom and 3 bedroom townhouses over here. You have no 4 bedroom townhouses, as much as I could find. 2.9 to 3.7 million dirhams. It's right next to, if I'm not wrong, Ranches 2. So you have Mudon Al Ranim, which is right over here. You have Ranches 2 just over here, and Serena comes this part, right along the same Emirates Road. You're looking at 2.9 to 3.7 million for a 3 bedroom townhouse price. Rent is at 150 to 200,000. Price per square feet is 1,300 dirhams. Handover year 2021. The units wise, 1,531 units within the community, right? Again, pretty much absorbed by the community. Size wise, is what I would say. It takes way better than what other communities are. I've looked at these plots and it's insane plot sizes, right? And the price per square feet has been calculated upon those. So if you're getting something which is for 3.5 million dirhams and you're looking at a bigger plot size, then obviously the price per square feet becomes lower. That's where this community takes a bit of advantage. But obviously you have the community which has been handed over in 2021, making it an old community. You're looking at maintaining these what we say, the plot sizes, which is going to be comparatively hard, obviously depending on whether it's summer, whether it's winter. In summers it's comparatively hard. when you're maintaining these landscaped gardens or something like that. So a huge plot, sometimes huge plot is not preferable. Sometimes an average plot is comparatively fine, and it's completely okay because that makes it easy to manage if it means that you're getting a better community, right? Sale listings 50 units, rent listings 50 units, 60 units, which is okay. I mean, it's there are less units in the market for 3 bedroom townhouses, right, in Serena, so it's been absorbed quite well, which is quite great. And now coming to the community that I know the best, Mudon Al Ranim. You're looking at a same developer of Serena, which is Dubai Properties, government developer, which is great. You're looking at 3 bedroom townhouses at 2.9 to 3.8 million dirhams. There are some houses that are there in the off-plan stage as well. You have a couple of phases. You have 4 phases which are there in the off-plan stage. 4 bedroom townhouses at 4.3 to 5 million dirhams. 3 bedroom townhouses are renting at 170 to 190,000. 4 bedroom townhouses are at 230 to 270,000. Now, what I've mentioned in the price per square feet is the ready versus off-plan price per square feet. You have 1700 to 1800 dirhams for the ready units, and for the off-plan units, it's 1500 to 1600 dirhams. The units have been handed over in 2025, and the last of these will be ready in 2026 till phase 8, and there are only 1600 units within the whole Mudon Al Ranim. And sale and rent wise, sale wise you have 370 units, and rent wise you have 300 units only. Right now, what I believe is Mudon Al Ranim. It's basically sitting right in the middle of any kind of lifestyle you want, right? If you want the premium lifestyle, go ahead, go to Tilal Al Ghaf. But if you want that lifestyle similar, close to what Tilal Al Ghaf is, but not pay 35% premium, then you choose Mudon Al Ranim. If you're looking at price per square feet, you're looking at the price, where there is a budget constraint, then Mira Oasis or Serena are the best no matter what, right? But if you're looking at sitting right in the middle of the best community and the best community which is there for price per square feet or prices, then you're looking at Mudon Al Ranim, which sits right in the middle, which is quite amazing to think about. You have only 1600 units, which means you don't have the similar kind of what we say oversupply risk as much as Damac Lagoons does. So you're again sitting in a sweet spot. You're not looking at older houses, right? Like Town Square. I'm talking about the older phases, Damac Hills, Mira Oasis, or Serena. So newer house, better price per square feet compared to what newer houses have around the market, which is what the Damac Lagoons oversupply risk, Damac Hills, Serena, Mira Oasis, and also Ranches 2 older build quality. Damac Lagoons is oversupply, as I said, and Mudon Al Ranim just sits in the right spot, is what I believe. You've looked at the prices, you've looked at the whole amount of rent and sale listings which are there, which means that it's quite an active community. Even any situation was going on in Dubai, there were transactions that were happening, there were houses that were being rented out, which means the market is quite active in Mudon Al Ranim, right? So verdict wise, when you're looking at, there is no biasness over here. It's just what's there on paper. If you want the absolute lifestyle, go for Tilal Al Ghaf. If you're looking at the cheapest price per square feet in ready homes, Mira Oasis, Serena. But if you're looking at that sweet spot right in the middle, Mudon Al Ranim is something you choose no matter what, right? And that's pretty much it. If this video helped you out in any single way, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. I would be absolutely honored to see what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section and read them through. Let me know what you guys want me to make next, any particular video that you want me to make next, compare some communities to other communities. I would be happy to do that. And what I'll be doing on my next video, other than what you guys will say, is compare Mudon Al Ranim phase by phase. Obviously, deep dive into the floor plans, which I've already done, but even more, which is going to be quite new to what people want, right? And if you're looking at Mudon Al Ranim or any of these communities, just let me know right below. My WhatsApp is linked in the comment section. It's pinned, and you can go to my description, contact me on my socials, which is Dhruv the Realtor, Dhruv_the Realtor on Instagram. Do follow me on there. Like, subscribe, and share. This was Dhruv Bindrani, and hope you guys enjoyed this video.